Let's see how it goes. All right, we're live. Hi there, everybody. Well, I'm back again. Just got back from hanging out with Mr. Josh Fisher, and now I have my favorite Canadian, uh, Tyler Beast Wars. Gee, how are you doing, man?
Hey there, everybody.
Look at that. He's got his hat on and everything. It must be cold. Is it cold up there?
Oh yeah, we got we got snow this week,
Ooh.
just north of our city. So it's gonna
But,
be an interesting couple of weeks. I may have to go put my winter tires on early.
oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
It's
it's
cold down
chilly.
here.
It's around the 6 degree mark now. So
Okay.
it's pretty
That's cool.
interesting.
It's cold down here. It's getting cold. We've actually been turning the air off and open up the windows. Not too cold where we put the heat on yet, but
Right,
it's getting interesting, especially from the hurricane. We're getting all the low front or whatever from the
right. Like this is my ideal weather, right? Like
Oh hell yeah,
I
oh
don't
yeah.
hate snow, but I like it nice and cool. You know what I'm
Fall.
saying?
You like fall? I love fall weather. Fall weather is so good. It's like you can go outside. It's cold, but you still go outside and sit there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, exactly,
I like doing that. That's really good. It's
exactly.
awesome. So tell us a little about yourself. What podcast you on? What do you, how many other, why are you famous for who you are? Because you're famous. Just
I
say
don't
it.
know if I'm famous. Okay,
You're
well,
internet.
hi, I'm Ty. I'm a nice guy.
Now,
A lot
come
of
on
people
now.
consider me Canadian cancer, but I try.
Eh,
I'm
eh.
primarily from Stace to Slock, the Beast Wars podcast with a bunch of Beastie Boys, and
Mhm.
I do another show called Off the Runner,
Yeah.
and I do a show with the Blackout and Shout guys, primarily Jed and brother Kyle, called Back and Forth, where we discuss just the generation gap. Jed's an older gentleman, older than myself,
Hmm.
and I am the millennial. So we're trying to bridge the gap with all forms of media, being movies, music, and we just recently started doing video game stuff too. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
I
there's
need
that. And
Send me a link. Send me a link to your stuff. I need to start listening because I love Blackout and Shout. I listen to them, but I haven't had a chance to listen to y'all's show yet. And I love Jed is awesome, and so I want to listen to y'all stuff.
sounds good, man. I definitely will. And my fame primarily comes from I'm one of the very few G1 haters.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will
don't
throw
worry. We'll get
shade
to
at
that.
G1
We'll
all
get to that
day.
later. Don't worry. I got a question for you about that. But
Okay,
so
cool.
yeah. So what is it you main? I know what is Transformers your main collection? Do you have any other collection? I know you started Pacific Rim stuff. What are you mainly collect, or what is your collection? You know, pertain
Uh,
mostly.
well, it started very much as just like solely Transformers, and it just kind of evolved. I went through a cleanse or a purge, so to speak, where I just focused on one line of Transformers,
Hmm.
which is Beast Wars. So I kind of just liquidated everything else that wasn't Beast Wars or Beast Wars related from my collection, and then I started branching out into other lines, and I'm up to I don't know, maybe 5 lines now that I collect,
Wow.
and it's all very like niche stuff, like stuff from my childhood, stuff that I really enjoy, and it's all centered around mech. I love mech
Mm.
stuff, any
Okay.
any kind really. So
Cool.
there's the Pacific Rim stuff, like you said. So the NECA and the Robot Spirits, and very
Hmm.
soon the Diamond Select stuff. I'm going to pick that up from the Uprising. And I even got some kaiju, so that's like the non-mech stuff. But I got the kaiju from Pacific Rim as well. I
Hmm.
branched out into Gundam, which is where me or myself, Chris, and Dakota started off the runner, and then I started collecting Metabots and Titanfall and a little bit of Robotech, and yeah, just anything that looks really like a really cool looking mech
Man, you're
is
going balls deep, man.
yeah, it's something that I enjoy. I
Mm.
love robots. Um,
That's all that matters, man.
and
As
I
long as
have
you
an
enjoy it.
affinity for pilotable mechs. So that's where the whole Gundam and
Hmm.
exosuit and stuff like that comes into play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Energon Act likes to know how old are you? I think you're like 35.
I will be 28, not this Wednesday coming up, but next Wednesday.
Wow, you are. God dang, dude. You know what? Let's see. What year were you born? So you was born in what? 90?
90. Yeah.
Dude, I was almost serving our country by the time you were fucking came out of your mama. Damn, youngins, I swear to God. Anyways, yeah, he is a young buck and everything. Thank you, Alex B, for coming in again. And Dub and Derp Show. Yes, Peener. Yes, I know that your only thing you know how to say is Peener. That's
Oh,
cool.
and the only other thing I collect is like G1 death threats from G1 fans.
That is true. That is so
I'm gonna
true.
start keeping like on file a whole collection of them, and I'm just gonna do a series of rambling off the most creative death threats I get.
Yeah.
For
Do you
real,
really
there's
get
been
death
a
threats?
few.
Honestly, do you
I've
get death
gotten
threats?
I've gotten quite a few. Yeah, like
Seriously, why?
people that are going to do unmentionable things to my wife, my girlfriend, people that are going to
Wow.
do unmentionable things to me, all because of G1.
See,
I haven't gotten too many recently, but over the years I've had some very
but
creative
see, but
ones.
then think, people think that you're the cancer, but you know what? That is the cancer because
Yeah,
you are you're wanting, to hurt somebody because of their likes and their thoughts and everything. And it doesn't matter. Like I say, I'm not a knockoff collector, and
mm,
I don't buy knockoffs, but I will not ever threaten somebody because they buy a knockoff. I won't threaten somebody if they buy Beast Wars.
right.
That's so childish. Why would you do a death threat just
Well,
because you
it's
don't?
no, it's not just because I don't collect G1. It's because I avidly go out of my way to
But do
make
you
it.
threaten anybody? Do you threaten
I
anybody
don't
with
know. I don't
physical
threaten.
harm?
No, not at all.
So that
But I like to poke the bear, so to speak. And it all started,
I
like, if you
understand
want
that.
to
I
get
mean, that's
into this,
fine.
it all started as a joke. Like, at
Right.
first, it was just me joking around, and then I started doing it more often because it became kind of like a character for me. Because when I first started getting into the groups and like all these communities and stuff, there was a lot of hate towards anything that wasn't G1 by these G1 purists, right?
Yeah.
And that didn't sit right with me because people were getting knocked for what they collected because it wasn't what this person collected.
Right.
And everything was held to the standard or the pedestal that G1 has been put on. And I just decided to knock some people down a peg in a certain conversation. And it just kind of took off from there. And I thought it was hilarious, the reactions I was getting. So then I started doing it more and more. And now it's kind of just become a part of me that, like, anytime there's a mention of G1 and how G1 is so great, it's like, yeah, well, let me correct you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And because of that, because of me being so passionate about making fun of G1 fans, just like the real screwball ones too. But I've
Yeah,
gotten
there is.
death threats and people wanting to meet up with me at cons, and yeah, people that just can't understand the humor behind it.
Hmm.
And it's just funny to me. Like, people take this way, way too seriously. Like, I have a
Right.
real life, you know what I mean? I don't live on the boards. I don't live for
I
Transformers.
mean, I,
But
I
they're
would basically just call you an asshole and just walk away. I mean, that's all I would do. I mean,
yeah,
that's all you can do. You know,
exactly.
I'm in it for the Transformers and for the community and everything. But and there's trolls everywhere, and that's fine. But I don't try to pay any mind to it. And I'm not going to get so upset because you don't like G1 or you don't like Beast Wars, you don't like Beast Machines, whatever it is, whatever line you love. I don't care.
Right.
My collection is not based on you or what you're thought of. And people call my collection trash because I got so much stuff. I love Transform. Everybody knows that. But
Yeah.
I just, okay, it may be trash to you, but I love it. I love sitting in my room and just looking around at all my stuff I got.
Right. And you don't go out of your way to trash somebody else because they don't like the lines that you like, right?
No, I try not to.
Exactly.
I don't think
Exactly.
I've ever trashed anybody that's because of what they like. I mean, that's fine. Hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. That's all.
Exactly. Well, you're just a kind, gentle soul anyway.
I'm an asshole too, but
You, you,
I mean,
you
I
live
just try
a
to,
life. Your heart's the size of a Voyager. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
people, that's what's wrong. People collect because they want to escape and they love doing this. And who am
Exactly.
I to sit there and degrade you or say all this stuff because you like something different than what I like?
Exactly. And that's where it all started because I saw a trend of people degrading other people for You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was almost like a classist thing. Like if you don't collect G1 or if you don't love the G1 masterpiece or whatever the hell it was at the time, that you are not good enough to be a fan. And here I am with
Mhm.
thousands of dollars worth of Beast Wars stuff in my collection, and I'm not as much a fan of the franchise as you are because you have G1
Yeah,
masterpiece, right?
yeah, that's
And
BS.
yeah, it's garbage. So like I said, it started off as like a one-off thing. It was a joke, mainly just like sticking up for fellow collectors, and it just snowballed from there. And I like it
Hmm.
now. It's fun
Yeah.
to me.
Hey, Energon Act wants to give you. He don't hate you because you're a G1 hater, but he wants to give you a wedgie. So, you know.
Oh, come on.
And you know what? I would love a wedgie from
You can reach in
Vegas.
my crack anytime.
I know he's so sexy, sexy Puerto Rican. Mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna salsa dance with him when I get a TFCon. So you know, he's actually I'm excited. He's working on his man cave, and
Right
he
on.
shows me bits and pictures and stuff, and so it's looking really good. So I'm really excited to get it for him to get it finished so I can see it and everything.
That's
So
sweet.
but yeah, I mean it's just there's just so much hate in this fandom, and I mean you could yeah we could talk all night long about that, but it's just everything. Um, so another thing is like I asked Josh, do you see an end like that end to your collecting? Do you see yourself collecting to your into your like like I'm 42? Do you see yourself collecting that long? I mean as far because I started back in 2000 again with the RID line,
Mm,
so I was still younger and everything, but I didn't see myself as collecting this long. So
right.
do you see an end game basically for your collection?
Nah, not really. I see an end game to certain lines, but there's always cool stuff that's coming out that I want to take a look at, like the Astrobots. I initially wanted to go in on the pre-orders for
Ooh,
that or the
nice.
to help fund that campaign or whatever it was. And I didn't pull the trigger. And the biggest thing that's stopping me from continuing to expand is just space at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I have my end game is not just collecting, but my end game is, for my whole life. I have a goal and I'm
Hmm.
working towards it each and every day. And it's just a matter of, there's a time and a place for everything. One of my favorite things that's really resonated with me is time is our most valuable asset. Fortune favors the patient. So it's I'm doing the grind now so I can have time later. And with my collecting, I am, I'm slowly chipping away at the lines that I want to finish.
Hmm.
But do I think that I'm going to stop collecting as a whole? I don't think so because there's a certain rush, there's a certain joy that I get from
Oh yeah.
acquiring these items
Hmm.
and like just sitting and playing like it does. It reminds me of being a kid. It reminds me of when times were simpler.
Yep.
And I honestly I look forward to the day that when I have children, I will get to sit on the floor and play with my toys with my children
Exactly.
and show them how cool it was when I was a kid
Yeah.
and then hopefully inspire them to maybe not to collect because this is kind of a sinkhole, let's be real. But inspire them to be find something that they can be passionate about
Hmm.
and follow it throughout their whole life and not lose who they are because I think collecting is more than just buying plastic figures and holding on to them and hoarding them on a shelf somewhere. I think it's got a lot to do with maintaining your identity, you know what I mean? With everyone's collection, it's a perfect example in the fandom. Everyone's got different lines that they collect and those are your roots. Everyone's got different roots, but those are your roots and
Yeah.
you're solidifying your roots in who you are. And you see, there are unfortunate circumstances when people do have to liquidate their collection because of family emergency.
Life happens. Yeah.
Life happens, right? But it never stops them from wanting to collect. There's you always rebuild, right? And I think it goes deeper than just buying toys. It's got everything to do with maintaining your roots so that you don't lose a part of yourself that you love.
Yeah. That's
And that's how I
that's
see it.
some good good words because I think it's like it's part, that's the reason why, the main reason why I do floor time is just cause so it brings you back to you when a child was simpler. And some people, this is an escape. Kids, like us,
Exactly.
or anybody like got bullied, a lot. So what do? They run to their, their toys or comics or anything, and they would be in another world, and then they didn't want to
Right.
be in that world they was in, as they're being bullied and all that stuff and everything. So it's an escape for some people, and like I said, it just brings you back to when times were simpler as a kid. And you didn't have no
Right.
worries except which toy you were gonna get or which toy you was gonna play with and everything. So
And you know what's great about that too is because I had a couple bullies in high school, and I ended up dealing with them my own way. But there was one that I never actually got the chance to deal with, and he bullied me really bad.
mm,
I come to find out actually just a few months ago from a mutual friend between him and myself. He's also a collector now too. His big thing is Ninja
wow,
Turtles, and he's got like his whole wall is just full of shelves, like wall mounted shelves, just full of
really?
action figures and whatnot, right?
Hmm.
And it's interesting to me because for me, like you said, right, it's an escape, and I I don't know. I wonder, what was he escaping from? What is he escaping from now that he's collecting?
Yeah, could have been
And
something at home or
maybe
something.
right, and maybe the way he was treating me was a result of how he was being treated. It's I don't know. I think I dive really deep into a lot of
Right.
things I probably shouldn't, but
Yeah,
you know.
well, that's cool.
It's interesting, man. Like it's to me, like collecting is kind of like music. It's like
Hmm.
it's its own language in a way, where it doesn't matter what you collect, it doesn't matter what you listen to. When you're listening to music, the feeling you get from both listening to music and collecting, it's
Hmm.
universal.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, you get
Hmm.
rush getting a new figure in the mail. You get that rush from listening to those songs that you relate to, and these
Yeah.
figures you relate to, right? So it's
Yeah, dude.
like there's a huge sense of community, and unfortunately, in every community, there's always going to be a divide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's like a lot of people are I have to say I got the G1 reissue Starscream. Okay,
Right.
and a lot of and it's not up to par with older stuff and other reissues. I know that, and it is expensive and everything. But just and a lot of people are giving their and I've said that on my review. It's not the plastic quality is not that good at all. And I wish they were
Right.
cheaper. 20 bucks would have been really good. I would have been happy. But when I saw them in the stores, it was just the nostalgia, just walking down there, and I saw Devastator and Starscream and Hot Rod, and it was just like,
Right.
oh, like that. It was so cool, and like I always say, price. I really don't think if you really want something, I don't think the price will matter
Yeah.
as far as that. So I was happy to spend that 30 something dollars for that. I know
Yeah.
it's not as good, it doesn't have any articulation or anything, but just to see that in the stores was really cool. And and I know a lot of people don't like Hasbro stuff and everything, but when I go into Hasbro and I see or Walmart or Target or whatever, when I go in and I see something new, it's awesome. You get a little rush out of it,
Yeah.
instead of ordering online, which I still love ordering online too, but just to see something in, with the new NECA figures I'm getting when I'm going to Target and I see that new stuff and I'm down a big rabbit hole with that crap.
Yeah.
It's awesome just going to see, all that stuff,
And I think that may be something that the community, or the sorry, not the community, the fandom is kind of lost touch with is the local hunt. Because
Yes.
we do a lot of ordering online, right? And
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of
You
the
have
hate
to.
for Hasbro really
Yeah.
comes from not putting out a product that's worth hunting for,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's possible. It's worth
yeah,
hunting for me, but for a lot of people, no, it's not. But I still see a lot of people that watch my reviews still, and this, that's what when I started doing reviews and Bobby Skullface and Justin and everything, they have a lot of more subs and everything. They were saying, don't make the review about the Transformer, make it about you because that's what people want to see.
yeah,
So whenever I get a lot of comments and everything saying we love that you still love Hasbro stuff. Like you still, I try to give everything a fair shake.
right,
So, with the Hasbro stuff, it may not be up to quality as a masterpiece, a third party, or all that stuff and everything. But to me, it's still a Transformer, and I don't put it up up against a masterpiece, a third party, I know it's not going to be the same
Right.
quality. I know it's not going to be all that stuff. So I try to review it as that, as a $20 toy instead
Right.
of a $70 or $80 toy and everything. So
Yeah, for sure.
everything. So yeah, God, this is really good. So I got one more question for you.
All right.
So why Beast Wars and not G1?
It's
I
there's
know
always
because you
that
grew
one.
up, because you were what? You were 90, so you were little. You were 4 or 5 when that came out, when Beast Wars came out.
Yeah, I think I was 5. It came out in 96. I think
Okay,
it first aired in
that's
95,
95.
96.
Was it
It
96?
was
Okay,
it was 95 or 96.
yeah,
Um,
95. Yeah.
and I just remember like the first episode of Beast Wars came on TV
hmm
and I was glued
Fox
to it.
Kids.
I couldn't take my eyes away from it. Well, up here we have YTV. I don't know if you guys have that YTV. And it
It was
came
on
up
Fox
on,
for us, Fox TV or Fox Kids or something.
and when it came on, the music, like the opening
Yeah.
credits, hooked me. And I just sat down and I watched it. And the CGI was a huge thing back then.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't peel my eyes away from it. I was
Exactly.
in love, right? And the characters and the transformations and like with
hmm
the CGI, the transformations they had so much more depth than what you could do with like a 2D cartoon, right?
hmm
And I don't know, I loved everything about it. All the characters were so different from each other, but they worked together really well. And I really like the aesthetic. A lot of people don't understand the, especially from the G1 crowd, they don't understand the aesthetic and why animals. But I love that about it because to me, like a something in disguise would be something that you could, interact with, something that would interact with you, uh, as opposed to like a car where you get in and you drive it. Like this is like,
hmm
it'd be like your cat in the background there. Like if he just, he's your silent protector. But if something showed up and he just transformed into a bot like Cheetor and pew pew, you know what I mean? Like that,
Yeah.
you never know because he's in disguise. For all you
hmm
know, he's transforming at night when you're sleeping, stretching his legs out and eating all your corn chips.
That's.
you know?
I can see Gator doing that anyways. He would eat my corn chips probably.
See, right? So that to me, like it made sense. Robots in disguise, that is a perfect disguise.
Yeah.
And then when I ended up falling out of it because you grow up, and I stopped
Yeah.
watching
Oh yeah.
cartoons and I started watching girls' butts, and watching
Exactly.
sports, and I just kind of went through my whole growing up phase. And then
hmm
when I found collecting again, I just fell back in love with what my nostalgia was. And I'll be honest, what got me back into collecting was the Transformers War for Cybertron game
Nice. That's
because I
good.
always loved Transformers. I didn't love it to the point where I wanted to collect it, where I wanted it to be around me, where I wanted to be surrounded by it in its
hmm
essence. But I picked up the Transformers War for Cybertron game and I fell in love with it. And from there, it started with like I would just go to Walmart and I would just buy Transformers off the shelf. I didn't care if they were movie, if they were generations, if they were G1 characters. I didn't care. I just loved them because the engineering was so gravitating. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It pulled my attention in. And then I remembered about Beast Wars. So I started looking on some local list or local buy and sell sites and whatnot. And I found a lot for $20 and it gave me like 9 figures from my childhood.
Nice.
Bam. So I got those in. And from there, it just kind of started. I wanted to collect all Transformers. So I went down the Transformers Prime line and I bought more generation stuff, anything that was coming out.
Yeah.
And then, years and years later, here I am, and I've focused my collection, I think, 4 times because there was a point where it's like all I wanted to do was just take everything. I wanted everything.
hmm
And then,
I still do.
I just kind of I got to refocus. I don't really need this. I got to refocus again. I don't need that. And it's like, what am I really passionate about? What is the reason that I fell in love with Transformers?
Yeah.
Beast Wars. And that's where I decided my focus should stay.
So what do you got left for Beast Wars? Do you have, I mean, do you have everything, or do you still need stuff?
I have everything from the North American release from 96 to 99. And
Really?
then yeah, with the exception of like I have all the Fox Kids variants. Um I have like there's a few original issued figures that I just swapped out for like the 10th anniversary, or just like a better repaint of it. But
Yeah.
even them, like some of them, I went and bought the original figure anyway. And I think the only one out of that one I'm missing is the tarantulas and a
Wow.
black arachnia. But all the
Nice.
other ones, I have the originals and the Fox Kids versions. I'm slowly chipping away at like the Japanese and then the con exclusives. And if I had to cut it down to what I need, it's just like two or three more North American figures.
Wow, that's
uh,
impressive, dude.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, a handful of Japanese, and then it's all just like exclusives and that kind of stuff.
Wow.
But
So, so I know how pumped are you looking forward to Beast Wars Megatron for a masterpiece?
oh, 100%. As soon as the picture went up, me, myself, and the rest of the Stasis Lock boys were just scouring the internet for the pre-order, trying to
Hmm.
find the price. And as soon as we knew what the price was, we knew what we would be paying because we have our ways.
Nice.
And I locked mine in for 220, 219 shipped.
Me too. Me too.
So,
Got
and
it.
that's a huge difference from the
Amazon.
350.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got
So,
mine locked in at Amazon, Japan.
right,
Everything.
me
So
too.
I'm really looking forward to it. Sorry, I had to turn my camera off. My mom's in the background, so I had to turn my camera off. So.
No worries.
Anyways, and so yeah, so that's awesome, man. I mean, I collect. Tell me what, it's really like a TFCon kind of thing. I do is I grab some Beast War figures from when I go to TFCon. So I'll probably pick up some more this year. So I'm looking forward to that and everything. So,
Right on, man.
um, so I mean, is there
I'll
anything
give
else
you
you want to
I'll give you a list of what I'm looking for. You can pick me up some stuff.
do? Well, that's fine. What are you looking for? I mean, is there anything particular you're looking for?
Well, with my birthday around the corner and the whole birthday thing that we do with Stasis Lock, I sent Dakota a list of just like an assortment of stuff that I'm looking for. But like as far as Beast Wars goes, at the top of my head, one of the main ones is the last Blendtron I need from the Japanese show, and that's Durancron. And I also really, really want the Robot Masters, Optimus Primal, and Megatron, like the
Oh,
deluxe scale
yeah.
version ones. Those look
Yeah.
really cool.
Hmm.
Um, but like as far as need, I'd have to pull up the list and
Yeah.
see what else is on the
That's
list because
fine.
that's what I'm doing. Like I'm in completionist mode now. You know what I mean? Like I want everything, and I
Yeah.
have my details, and I'm getting my display room together really, really nice. Um,
Oh, I like to see it, man. I really like to
and
see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, just like shout out to the cool table. Shout out to
Yeah.
everyone doing a podcast out there about your hobby, and shout
I
out to
know.
you at home.
Everybody wants to do a podcast, it seems like. So,
I want to do another one, man. I want to do a podcast all about metal music and
yeah, I
like the
saw
ins
that.
and
I
out of
saw that.
that.
Dude, I
But
would.
I don't think anyone's
Dude,
interested.
what kind of music do you just listen to? Metal? Is that all you listen to? Is,
Oh no, no, no! I listen to. I well, I don't like people when people say I listen to everything, but like I will listen to. I will listen to pretty much anything that's presented to me with an open mind. What I favor is I've always been a metalhead, so that's like those are my roots as far as music goes. But like I like rap, I like I've been into synthwave a lot lately. I like techno, and um, I never really got into the dubstep. But like I'll give anything a shot, and if I
hmm.
like it, it'll stay.
Nice. Robert
So
D listens to dubstep, man. He's a big dubstep guy. He heard
I
my
don't doubt it.
intro. He's like, man, you gotta listen to all this stuff, and it starts sending me stuff. I'm like, dude, I just like the intro, man. I don't like dubstep that much. I don't know. It's fine, it's cool, but yeah, I remember listening to techno when I was over in Germany, um, and we would go to techno clubs. And I swear to God, like the first hour would be like, all right, second hour go along, like okay, third hour, I'm like, didn't we just listen to this like 20 minutes ago? I was like,
I think
yeah.
my heart has aligned itself with the beat of this music, guys. I think I need help.
So what is? I mean, I listen to I do listen to everything. I love like from Prince too. I listen to hair metal and stuff, and I listen to metal. Especially when I'm working out. Like I listen to Slipknot and Zombie and
Hell
anything
yeah.
that's real fast paced. Mudvayne, Seven Dust, just to get me kind of pumped up and everything. But I love listening to Prince. Um, I could listen to his music any day.
Right
Tyler.
on.
Are you a Prince or a Michael Jackson guy? Because that always seems like the big debate. You know, are you a big Michael Jackson fan? Which I love Michael Jackson too, but I think I'm a bigger Prince fan.
I don't know. I like both. I don't really, I don't pick and choose between the two of them. I think they're both
Okay.
really great. I don't have either of them in my everyday playlist,
Right.
but I'm never against either of them being played around me. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. Well, that's good. That's cool. So you're open minded and everything. So
Yeah,
everything.
that's the way to live for me. Like, you gotta be open minded.
Yeah. Oh, you have to. Yeah. I mean, I listen to everything. I'll try to. You know, like I said, I'll even listen to Spice Girls, man. So tell me what you really want.
Yeah, man. Hit
Um.
up that S Club 7.
exactly. Um. So let's see. We got any questions? So WFC and RC were great. At the figures were cool. Yeah, Days, Glory Days. Another live show. Yes. Function. Yes, I did another one. Um. Howdy, clumsy combo. And everything. So, he asked, what kind of music do you, any like early 80s to 90s? Has to be my favorite era music. I'd even listen to a little bit of early 2000s. I'd say 80s, 90s, and yeah, I'd probably go that way too.
My
2000s.
my favorite music is actually like everything modern. Like, I love
Hmm.
uh, a lot of the metal from back in my day, like 90s and early
Mhm.
2000s and stuff. But like, I try and keep up to date on what's coming out that's new. You know what I mean? There's a lot of new bands. There's a lot of good talent,
Mhm.
especially in metal. A lot of good talent coming out.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I love keeping up to date with these metal bands because they're always pushing the envelope. Like, just when you think that it's over, there's nothing else they can do, they go and do something else. Like, there's a band
Yeah.
called Rings of Saturn, and it's pretty much alien core death metal.
Okay.
They do this ridiculous scaling all the time, and like their guitarist is bonkers. So, like,
Cool.
you should check them out, Matt. Like, you like fast paced stuff. Let's see
Yeah.
if you can keep up.
I probably can keep up, but I try to give everything a fair shake. I listen to anything.
Absolutely.
But yeah. Well, I guess we're around the 30-minute thing. Once again, I would like to thank you. I would like to say thank you very much for coming on. It was really awesome. It was really great to have you on, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
And,
having me. Anytime.
anytime we can do this again, I'll be happy to do it. Like I said, like I got a lot of people asking me if they want to come on. If you want to come on, just reach out to me and we'll try to figure out time and definitely do it and everything. I like to thank everybody that came in and watched and everything and gave me 3 thumbs down. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, douche. But anyway, no, I really appreciate all y'all coming in and everything. I look forward to doing this and everything, and hopefully I can do some more.
Now
And
with
like I
Robert
said,
D and his two detail henchmen.
probably Robert D loves some details and everything. He don't even watch this stuff, so it's all right. I can talk about it. He don't even know.
Calling you out.
It's all good and everything. But now once again, like I say, thank you. Hit that like button if you want to. Share my stuff, do all the good stuff, and Tyler, thank you again once again. I guess I'll see you on Halo. Well, I don't know. I'm not playing Halo, man. I got Call of Duty, man. I might have
Oh
to pick up some
man.
COD, man. Come on now.
I don't know. I'm pretty much tapped for video games until Darksiders 3 comes out. So
That's fair. That's fair enough, man. All
we'll
right.
party,
Well,
we'll party up and shoot the shit.
yeah. Well, I guess as always, I'll see you on the next review. And Hell Hasbro and Beast Wars. And good night, folks.
Good night, folks.